and welcome to Awaz News. I'm Kubrali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada.
6 schools in Mississauga, Brampton target of online threats to see increased police presence. Tim Hortons customers subject to technical error incorrectly saying they had won $10,000. Shocking video shows man hanging off the back of transport truck driving on QEW. Loonie hits 4-month low as Bank of Canada holds key interest rate. Hamilton man charged in several sexual assaults. Police believe there may be more victims. Lockdown at Toronto school lifted after reports of person with a gun. More councillors, other familiar names float possible bids to become mayor of Toronto.
Those were the headlines, and let's jump right into the details.
6 high schools in Mississauga and Brampton that have been a target of threats will see an increase in police presence as the investigation continues into the online posts. Peel Regional Police provided an update Wednesday afternoon on the social media threats that were first reported to them last week. We understand how concerning this is to school staff, to students, their families, and community as a whole. Peel Regional Police continue to investigate into this matter, and we want to reassure those who are affected that their safety is paramount and is our priority, Constable Donna Carlson said at a news conference. Carlson added that police continue to work with Peel District School Board and Dufferin Peel Catholic District School Board on security plans that are being implemented. In addition to the visible police officers around the schools, the 2 school boards have also committed to enhancing on-site security at the impacted schools, Carlson said. Police have said that they are conducting an active investigation into social media threats, warning of a plan to attend the school on Friday intending to shoot them up. The schools that have received the threat are Holy Name of Mary Secondary School, Lewis Arbor Secondary School, St. Thomas Aquinas Secondary School, Notre Dame Secondary School, Chinguacousy Secondary School, and Ascension of Our Lord Secondary School. We want to take a moment to reassure the community that we are continuing with our investigation into the online threat and that we are working diligently to ascertain the validity and the source of these threats, Carlson said. When asked which social media platform the threats originated, she said she could not confirm that information. As for the investigation, Carlson said it is very in-depth. I don't know the exact process, but there are a lot of different bureaus that are involved, our tech crimes, our cyber security, she said. Video released by the Ontario Provincial Police shows a man hanging off the back of a transport truck's trailer as it was driving at highway speeds on the QEW early this morning. Police say the video was taken at around midnight on the QEW near Burlock Drive in Burlington. The video was captured by the driver of a vehicle that was behind the transport truck on the highway and shows what appears to be a male wearing a black hooded jacket, gray pants, and white sneakers hanging off the back of the trailer. OPP spokesperson Carrie Schmidt says the driver who captured the video motioned to the truck driver that something was wrong and the transport slowed down and pulled to the shoulder. Schmidt said Burlington OPP searched area this morning but could not locate the suspect. The truck driver told the OPP that he had last stopped to load up his trailer in a yard in Milton about half an hour before the video was captured. Certainly a very dangerous behavior, something that we don't ever want to see and certainly could cause serious injuries or even death. The investigation into the incident is ongoing. Investigators are asking anyone with information to contact Burlington OPP. A Hamilton man has been charged in connection with several sexual assault investigations, and investigators believe there may be more victims. Hamilton police say that the accused, a 27-year-old man, met multiple victims and began communicating with them through online and mobile apps. He then allegedly arranged to meet with them by financially enticing them to have their photos taken for social media before sexually assaulting them, police say. Anthony Musgrove has been charged with 4 counts of sexual assault, 1 count of resisting a peace officer, and 2 counts of failure to comply with a release order. Police say that Musgrove is known to be active in other jurisdictions, including Toronto and Niagara, and that he may have used the aliases Tony Williams, Tony Stowell, and DJ. Police are asking any additional victims or anyone with information to contact Detective Katie Walker of the Sex Crimes Unit at 905-546-4846 or the Special Victims Unit at 905-540-5553. The value of the loonie hit a 4-month low compared with the US dollar on Wednesday, but some experts say Canadian consumers shouldn't expect their wallets to take a major hit. The Canadian dollar traded at 72.54 US cents on Wednesday, the weakest level in more than 5 months. CIBC chief economist Avery Shenfold said the weak loonie is reflective of the US Federal Reserve getting more aggressive on interest rate hikes while the Bank of Canada holds its key rate steady for the first time in a year. While import cost hikes could lead to higher prices for items such as groceries, he said the effect on Canada's inflation rate should be minimal. The Bank of Canada held its key interest rate at 4.5% Wednesday based on its assessment of recent economic data. Shenfold noted the central bank signaled it won't respond to a modest further weakening of the currency. Darcy Briggs, Senior Vice President and Portfolio Manager at Franklin Templeton, Canada, said he expected the loonie would continue to trade soft until the US Federal Reserve reaches the end of its tightening cycle. Briggs said that could make life more expensive in the meantime. University of Toronto economist Angelo Melino predicted the divergence between the Canadian and US interest rates to last at least 10 months. But while the weakened loonie could make products denominated in US dollars more expensive, Melino said the effect on the Canadian inflation rate won't be major. Should the Canadian dollar remain low for an extended period, Melino said that could create a shift in demand away from US goods and services toward Canadian ones. Both Canadians and Americans will be buying goods and services produced in Canada, and that tends to be good for Canadian output but also inflationary, he said. The lockdown at the downtown Toronto school has been lifted following reports of a person with a gun on the property. Police said officers responded to Jarvis Collegiate Institute near Jarvis and Wellesley Streets just after 1:30 p.m. to investigate the reports. The Toronto District School Board said the school was placed under lockdown due to the police investigation. In an update, the board said the measure has since been lifted. Toronto police told CP24 that while no firearm was located, a student had reportedly claimed to have a gun. No charges have been laid in connection with the incident at this time, police said. Nominations have not yet opened, but the race to become mayor of Toronto is getting crowded with even more potential candidates. A community group threw its weight behind one long-time councillor's possible bid Wednesday, and a number of other familiar names are saying they may run as well. The group Friends of Josh Matlow said in an open letter that they are calling on the Toronto St. Paul's councillor to run in the upcoming mayoral race in June. The group includes former Toronto Mayor John Sewell, former councillor and mayoral candidate David Sornacki, and others. The 47-year-old has represented his ward as a councillor since 2010, and he was a Toronto District School Board trustee for 7 years before that. He previously said that he was considering a run, but reiterated that he is strongly exploring in an interview with the Toronto Star, which was also published Wednesday. Matlow, a centrist, has been critical of former Mayor John Tory in the past, particularly around the Scarborough Subway extension. Just yesterday, Councillor Stephen Holiday also said that he is considering a run for the mayor's office. He said that the city should be prioritizing good repair and maintenance of our roads, sidewalks, boulevards, parks, and facilities before we move on to building new things and delivering quality and reliable services to maximum value like snow clearing, waste collection, grass cutting, road and water repair and construction. Holiday, a fiscal conservative, has been on council since 2014. His father, Doug Holiday, was on council for years before that and was also mayor of Etobicoke. In an interview with CP24 on Wednesday, he said strong leadership is needed to keep the city in a state of good repair. On Wednesday, law and human rights activist Nia Singh, who finished with around 3,000 votes in mayoral bids in 2018 and 2022, confirmed he's taking a run again as well. Asked about the mayoral candidates at the unrelated news conference Wednesday, Premier Doug Ford said a good field of candidates is always healthy for people to decide on, and said he will work with whoever gets elected. Asked about the issues he sees as important in the race, Ford said safety is top of mind, referring to a recent rash of violent incidents on the TTC. He added that a mayor, you also have to be fiscally responsible. Ford has previously said that he plans to send auditors into municipalities to make sure that there is no waste before providing any provincial funds to compensate them for revenues lost due to a reduction in local development charges that was mandated by his housing plan.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.